can't even really take this off here. So my only solution is to get this to work. As previously discussed, the car did not make it to 100 Acre Wood, so I got to refund most of my entry fee minus the $150 processing fee. The downside is that the Airbnb was non-refundable, so I basically turned it into a vacation. I had a place big enough for, me, the girlfriend, Chris, Phil, the folks from Straight and Clear. A little bit of everybody, gigantic place, plenty of room, and just me and her. Did make it down to Park Expose on Friday. Managed to miss the forest fire. Actually drove on the road that it started on about 2 hours before that happened, which was exciting. Missed the tornado that happened about an hour west of where we were staying, but we did get some pretty good-sized hail, which was a little bit exciting. And we were on a ridge looking west, so we got to watch the storm come in. Saturday, we ended up volunteering at the rally. I did the medical volunteer thing, as you do. Ended up having to go check out one of the racers. They do their medical a little bit differently, and which involves driving the Volvo on the course while it's still striped off and spectators and everything, which is an extraordinarily weird feeling. You do get access sometimes that is, a little bit better than what the crowd gets. So there are some advantages to volunteering, and if you have a chance, I'd definitely recommend it if you're into rally. And if you're not, what the hell are you doing watching these? In any other case, we'll begin back up with the build video. I'm waiting for some parts, so we'll work on the suspension in the meantime, the rear suspension. And I had so many fits and starts with this, I will have you know that this episode is condensed out of a full 3 hours of footage. Well, while I wait for the car parts store to put together that in-store order, the springs are kind of in my way, so I may as well try to get part of the suspension back on, and maybe I'll start with the springs since my new bushings for the roll bar or sway bar or whatever came in, which means that I get to figure out whether I'm better off putting the plate up against the spring or against the frame. Probably frame with metal on metal there, and there's an upper mount. It's going to look something like that. So go in like that, and I need to, I'll just adjust them for height now because that seems easier. I just started matching this other one. Oops. I'm going to compare them and make sure they're even. I should probably make them as even as possible, right? One of the sort of unexpected complications of doing this is that, I am familiar with a lot of medical kits, and none of them come with instructions because you're just supposed to know how to use them. And thought maybe this was going to separate into two pieces, and there's a nut on here, and it was kind of applied loosely, so I thought maybe this is actually two pieces here, and they're going to come apart. And maybe they're not. But anyway, one of the central things about medical kits is that they do not come with instructions. You're just supposed to kind of know how to use them. And some of these professional, more aggressive race bits do not come with instructions because I guess you're just supposed to know how to use them. And Jason does not. So I thought maybe for a second that this was actually going to be something that would sandwich here. But no, apparently not. That was just finger tight for no apparent good reason. Is this actually meant to get sandwiched the way I'm envisioning? Like this? So that it's locked in there as opposed to just resting on it? That would make sense, and I would like that explanation. Okay, let's run with that. Yeah, because then the spring would sit on the cushion, and that would be fine. Okay. That's what we're doing. There isn't really a torque spec on this, so it's just going to be tight. This is a job for thread locker. And we will give this a completely random torque value. Tight. Tight's good. And put a completely random torque value up top. I'll probably go back and see if they actually have some specs on the website. This just drops on top of that. And in an ideal world, I would be able to compress this enough to fit. And that's probably my imagination. I wonder how I am going to fit this in there. Getting it out was no problem, but now I've got newer, taller springs, so I might actually need to fit the spring compressor in here, because I don't think that this is... Alright, so I've taken almost an entire inch off the springs by compressing them. And I don't really need to take them down a whole lot, just enough to get in here and stay. Ow, finger. And, really? I can compress the spring, but I can't fit the spring compressors into... You motherfucker. What if I turn them upside down? That probably won't help either, because last time I just ran into the underside of the car. I mean, I guess I'm not running into the underside of the car this time. I'm also not getting all the way down in there. Oh, so close! This hardware was actually in halfway decent shape, which makes me suspect that it was replaced along with the shocks, because the conies on this I don't believe are factory. Oh, hello, washer. I don't think that that's supposed to... Maybe that is supposed to be like that. What the fuck? That is... Okay, that's not something I can get at the hardware store. That is a specialty part. The fuck? I've never seen anything like that. Catch the washer. Well, I need 4 hands again. Not getting the light quite so badly. In theory, at least. I should now be able to plop this up in there. Bring this around. And it would probably be easier to like jack this up or something, wouldn't it? So that it'll actually stay. Maybe it would be easier to scoop it up this way. And maybe I'm just better off boosting it up, completely untethered from reality and my inner thoughts. And I don't know what the fuck that just means, but it sounded really deep. Make a sandwich. Spin this little bit out. Oh god, this looks dangerous. Oh fuck, let's... I know this is durable, but... let's just get everything that isn't durable. Even some of the stuff that is outside the splash zone. And by splash, I mean spraying. Like... just enough tension to stay there. And then I can... that's what I was trying to avoid. Alright. No, come on, up and over! Yes, good, okay. Oh! Oh, fuck. Okay, that... I'm going to call it a day after getting smacked in the face like that. I don't think I have any loose teeth. I definitely feel bruised. And I would be very surprised if I'm not bleeding a little bit. And fuck this day. The next day. Alright, it's a new day, and even though I have the fuel filter, now that these are in my way, I may as well try to get them in place. Preferably without smacking myself in the face again. Oh, well that's entertaining. That slotted right in there beautifully, didn't it? Well, shit. Don't be stressing, 'cause I look good 24/7. I'm hot 24/7. I walk in, dudes be like, ooh, she's stunning. I stay so fucking fit, not fun running. So there's not enough weight in the car to compress the spring to the point. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I guess I could just admit defeat and drop the spring an inch and it would probably be fine at that point, but damn it. 4 tires later. Close. Well, how much more weight do I have to put in the back? I don't actually have much room. Whatever. Oh, holy crap! How did that happen? I don't know, but I will take it. This, by the way, is where I made one of the largest cuts of material. Watch, that probably is the perfect fucking move. It is not. Okay, fuck it. It's in. I still have threads? Yes, I still have threads. Good. Here's the nut. And now the nut won't go on there, motherfucker. Right. From the dead is a miracle, doc. They counted me out. Moment of truth, counting it down. Underdog story was. Alright, as long as I got this bitch up, I'm torquing it to the right spec. Whatever that is. Alright, let's hope that now that I've learned a thing or two about what not to do, that part 2 goes better. Okay. Yes. Do not fall on the face this time. You know, when a product is manufactured in America, I never know whether to pick out metric size sockets or not, because so many these things are not metric sized and SAE sized. More and more of them are metric sized, but you know, you can still run into the occasional thing. These do in fact appear to be metric, which makes my life easier. I think everybody knows by now it's a meme that Americans use anything but the metric system. I saw most recently was they pulled an alligator out of somebody's basement that was described as Ariana Grande sized, which I suppose if you're a fan that helps, and if you are familiar with the name but couldn't identify her from a police lineup, maybe not such a useful comparison. I doubt that this side will be any easier than the other, and in fact this is how I got hurt yesterday. Learning, though, I remembered to put the nut on before. Got this all the way. I made an effort to put the nut on before getting it all the way in. Okay, so something like that. Only this time, I'm not going to let go of it until I'm well out of the way. In fact, I'm not going to let go of it at all. Let our voices rise, let them reach the skies. We gotta change the game. And they recommend that these do not get fully tightened until the very end, and we have weight on the suspension. Well, that's one of the more challenging parts of this build so far, is just dealing with those springs. Of course, the suspension is not complete still. I have to get the sway bar back on, but I'm hoping that that should be a little bit less of a challenge since it's actually already in place and just needs the brand new end links put back on, so didn't actually have to take that off. So it should be somewhat easier than the task, and you didn't even get to experience the full frustration. Guess we'll start back up in a couple weeks. See you then. No, don't trap my fucking hands in there. Why won't the thing go all the way down? Because there's a flashlight in the way.